Hey guys, Richie here. What is up, my YouTube watchers? Nice bikes everywhere for me to look at. Anyway, I'm going to talk about asking for a motorcycle when you're woof. That's not even going to look right on the video. When you're woof. I'm going to talk about asking for a new motorcycle when you're married. So what we'll do right here is I'll stop, I'll turn, and we'll cue my intro, and when we get back we'll talk about it. So in my case of asking for a bike, like I've said in previous videos, I've never really was into bikes when I met my wife or any point in my life. So when I finally did ask my wife for a bike and I was like, hey, I really want to get into it, and she was a little worried. And the funny thing is, her dad rode bikes her whole life. Her dad's always had a bike, you know, maybe not all the time, but he's always had bikes at different points in her life. She used to ride with him all the time. But she had a lot of concerns about me riding. One, because I'm a clumsy dope. Two, because I'm a clumsy dope. And three, it's just dangerous. So we talked about it on and off. I think when I asked her for it, we'd been married. You've been together. Let me think. I just started my new job, so we just got married. I was a couple months into it, and she thought about it for a while. She came back and said she thought it was a good idea. Now, I thought, well, at that point, I'm going to get one. Lo and behold to me, it took another, God, I don't remember how long, 3-4 years before finances finally got to the point where I could get one. And even then, the argument kind of came up all the time about it. I wanted a sport bike, which I didn't end up getting. Ended up with my Honda VLX, which was a great bike. Love that thing. And then I ended up with this bike right here, Kawasaki Nomad. But you know, it didn't cause any friction or anything between us. It just caused a lot of discussion, and I think discussion is the best thing to have when you're trying to do something like this. In our case, we didn't have any kids, and that was, you know, that kind of maybe helped the deciding factor a little bit. You know, she was more concerned about, you know, me getting hurt. The funny thing is, now that I have a bike, I'm the only person she'll ride on the back of a bike with. She won't ride with her father anymore. She'll ride with me all the time. So, you know, when it comes down to that stuff, you just have to ask, you know. It's about having a discussion and being open and honest, you know, because even I agreed with her on some things. You know, I am a clumsy dove, you know, and there is a risk involved in riding a motorcycle. I know that. Trust me. People tell me all the time. I know that. But it's like I told her, there are, you know, a myriad of things that will eventually kill me. You know, maybe riding the motorcycle is what eventually kills me. Maybe not. But, you know, 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna not put myself in a bad position. I went and took the MSF course, you know, got my license the legit way, didn't start riding until I took that course and bought a bike, researched buying a bike, bought a small, you know, capacity bike, 600cc V-twin bike that had, you know, 30 horsepower, rode it around for a long time before I finally upgraded to this, you know. And even though sometimes I do ride a little bit aggressively or get on the gas a little bit, it's all within reason. You know, I don't put myself in a position or go, oh, I'm just gonna drive up these middle lanes right here, you know, because I'm in a hurry. I think about what I'm doing, and I try to do a good job of not putting my life at risk, while at the same time avoiding everyone trying to kill me, because everything out here is literally gigantic metal bullets, for lack of a better term, coming right at me the whole time. So, man, there's a lot of dudes right now today. It's so nice out there. I don't blame them. It's gonna have to end soon because I'm gonna be going home soon. So I'd like to hear from you guys. You know, if you guys have a spouse that you had to ask about getting a motorcycle or have discussions about, or what did you do to get the conversation going? Because literally it was her brother's fault that I got into motorcycle riding. He let me ride his bike. I rode around the parking lot in first gear and immediately fell in love with it and wanted one. And that is 100% her brother's fault. Otherwise I would have never known the joys of this. And in actuality, this is the greatest thing that I do, you know. Well, not the greatest thing I do, but this is one of the things I enjoy the most. When I'm riding, you know, on a regular basis, I'm a happier person. I just am. There's something about riding as opposed to being in a cage and driving that's different. You know, yeah, there's more risk involved, and my mind's going a million miles an hour, checking my mirrors all the time, worried about, you know, what's coming up against around the other bend. But at the same time, it is extremely relaxing. You know, I don't necessarily get as mad as I do or impatient as I do because I'm into everything. I'm enjoying the ride. You know, I'm experiencing and feeling the air, the smells, the sights, the sounds. You know, and you get a different perspective when you're on a bike. You just do. You start to notice a lot more things. You look around a lot more. You feel more a part of everything going on around you. And there's something about that is extremely calming. Extremely calming to me. You know, I could be having the worst day ever, and you know, I can get on my bike, and about 5 minutes into the ride, it just melts away. You know, it just completely melts away. And yeah, I may still be mad, but that's gone out of my head. I moved on. I'm relaxed. I'm chill. I'm just, I don't know how to describe it. I'm just chill. So anyway, I think I'm going to go now because I've been rambling on too long. If you like what you see, subscribe. If you don't, subscribe. If you like the video. If you really didn't care for the topic, hit the like button anyway. And I'll catch you guys on the next video.